right, 3 weeks before the Iowa caucuses, a new Monmouth University poll has Joe Biden in first with 24% support. Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, and Elizabeth Warren are statistically tied for second within the poll's 4.5 margin of error. Sitting at 18%, 17%, and 15%, respectively, Amy Klobuchar rounds out the top five with 8%.
Let's stop 1 second here. So, Rev, the one thing we see in this poll and every other poll, going to have a little bit of variance here and there. But you got Mayor Pete going down, and he's been going down in every poll. Elizabeth going down. She's been going down in every poll, whether it's 3 or 5 or 7. And Bernie going up. Only difference here is Biden. They've got Biden going up 5 points. Well, that's from November, so from a shorter time ago. But we're going to show some other polls that show Biden doing well in every state now.
So this poll comes just a few days after a CNN Des Moines Register poll found Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren tied for first. Did I interrupt?
Well,
I would never do that.
Usually when I say Rev,
I learned from the greatest.
That means Rev. So what do you think?
Well, I didn't feel it coming from him, so I just jumped in to say that.
It's my comeback career to respond.
Yeah, that's respond.
But no, I think that we're seeing that there is a real and so far immovable Bernie Sanders block. And I think that I hope he doesn't begin hurting himself by getting in little side spats with Elizabeth Warren and all. He has a solid block that they cannot ignore. And I think it's going to come down to Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders right now. Yeah. If we get a surprise in the early states, in New Hampshire, Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina, then we'll see if Bloomberg and Money weighs in with Super Tuesday and changes the equation. So it's still a jump ball. I mean, I intend to be at the debate tonight in Iowa and see how they behave. But if they don't eat their own, you could have a clear shot at coming up with a unified candidate and winning. But the big question is, do the Democrats beat the Democrats?
So, Willie, how much does Joe Biden love Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren going after each other? This is just like Howard Dean and Dick Gephardt tearing each other to shreds, and John Kerry just sitting there going, all right, I'll take it.
On the eve of the debate, no less. So the first line of questioning, or at least a significant line of questioning, is going to be about these claims that Elizabeth Warren has made that Bernie Sanders told her in December of 2018. Personally, she confirmed this last night that a woman couldn't win, couldn't beat Donald Trump. He denies that vehemently. His campaign says that's a lie or that she misinterpreted what he said. But yeah, Joe Biden, Adrian Elrod, has to be loving what he's seeing as he sits. We've called him durable, and that's exactly what he is. If you look at all these polls, he's still sitting right where he's been for the most part. True, you wouldn't be surprised if any one of 4 candidates won in Iowa, but he does have to like what he's seeing as the progressive wing in Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren of the party fights it out.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Willie. I mean, you look at this Monmouth poll that came out yesterday that shows him at 24%, combined with the fact that Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are finally breaking their truce and going after each other. So the debate stage tonight is going to be absolutely fascinating. I think if you're Joe Biden, you're going to stand back. You're going to hope that the two of them, have a real policy debate, have a debate on the issues, because the real distinction between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, even though they have a lot in common in terms of where they stand on policy, is that Elizabeth Warren is a self-declared capitalist and Bernie Sanders is a self-declared socialist. So while we've seen some of the sort of the break in their bond over issues like, a conversation about, can a female win as president, I think tonight you will probably see a little bit more of a policy debate, because Elizabeth Warren, to the point that we've been talking about, she has dropped significantly in the polls since where she was a couple months ago. And the only way that she's going to stay in this race is to chip away at some of Bernie Sanders' supporters.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.